I'm Shanti Idnani from the UCI team. We've got a lot of feedback from members that they wanted a session where even KRAs participate and address all your queries pertaining to KRAs. So I have with me here today from CVL, Ms. Sunanda Markande, Mr. Prashant Prachand from NSDL. Hello. Mr. Chetan Talale from Dotex. Hello. And Sampada Venkatesh from NSE. So together we'll address all the queries that we have got. Just to give you a brief about UCI. So what happens is once a client is registered, the data comes to the exchange. We validate the PAN. Based on the 6 KYC attributes and the other parameters, a client record is permitted to trade. Subsequently, KRAs provide us with a file which will tell us which PANs are not validated by them or on hold by them, and those PANs, basically we term them as non-compliant PANs, and those PANs then we restrict them from trading till the time they become compliant, because KRA keeps giving us on a daily basis a list of PANs which are validated subsequent from the earlier list, and the list of PANs which still continue to remain not validated or on hold. To begin with, now I would like to take all the questions one by one. So the first question, I think this is from Mr. Raman Kumar, Ashler Securities. The query is, can we allow trading if KRA is under process?
Yeah, trading can be allowed if the KYC is under process. You can continue with the trading. For the first time, the one who's a new investor, trading is allowed.
So as SEBI says, as per SEBI circular, it is stated that a client can continue to trade till the time the KRA becomes non-compliant. So if the KRA validation is completed, so once the KRA process has been completed, the PAN will become either validated or would go on hold. So till the time it is not on hold or it is not compliant, the PAN can continue trading. Next question again. Kindly confirm UCC activation tag. Can client trade on the same day? Sampada?
So basically, as per the extent process on in the UCI portal, UCCs which get permitted to trade on T day, that is on the trading day, is only allowed to trade on the next day, that is T+1 day. So that is also basis the 6 KYC attributes. If the UCC 6 KYC attributes complied, only then the UCC is allowed to trade on the T+1 day.
Thank you. KRA done, but account activation delay. Why?
So actually this account, what is referred, may be a trading account or a demat account. Basically the activation of a demat account doesn't have, any KYC status doesn't have any impact on the activation of the demat account. So as a DP, you can always activate the demat account. When we talk of activation of a trading account, definitely before the exchange gives the permission to trade, then that would be the ideal way of activation of that trading account, which happens after exchanges have their own TAT, and within that TAT they activate the account. So basically, if I have got the question correctly, that KYC status is validated or KYC is registered, and then the account is getting activated. So demat you can activate immediately, and trading exchanges will activate after permission for trade is granted.
Thank you. So the next question is from Mr. Narendra from BN Rathi. NSE is not picking KRA validation data sometimes, and KRA not taking PAN Aadhaar link status as per the status. So I will just like to add over here. So what exchanges, all the exchanges go is, KRAs provide us a list of PANs which are not validated, which are on hold, and those list of PANs we block. So it's only when we get a data from KRA that a PAN is not permitted to trade. For the next question, KRA not taking PAN Aadhaar linked, maybe KRAs would like to add.
Yeah, so in this case, like normally what there are certain service providers who are actually providing the status of the PAN. So basically they are in the industry, there are basically two service providers like Protean and one is UTI. The KRAs are checking the status from those service providers. And there is no provision from those databases that we are getting and maybe unsolicited kind of a feed if the status of that particular investor is getting updated. So in this cases, the KRAs has to regularly check those databases, and every KRA follows different frequencies to verify those databases. So there may be slight delay in those, maybe the statuses, like maybe the one in UCC, the status is updated, and in the KRA, the status is not updated. There may be slight delay because of the frequency of the verification of the process followed by the KRAs and exchanges.
Thanks, Chetan. The next question also, I think, is linked to the same. I'll just read out the question from BN Ratty again. KRA is not picking PAN linked status from income tax database. KRA is showing as not linked, whereas NSE is showing as PAN linked with Aadhaar. So I think this has been addressed in the previous answer.
Correct.
The next question, KRA validated client account opened a new account XYZ with an XYZ member. If that KRA is moved to hold, exchange stopped, not permitted to trade, trading for this client. It is affected to all members where the client is active.
This question is something which relates to PAN, which is rather an investor which is identified by a PAN. So basically, it has nothing to do with that PAN holder having accounts with different brokers. So now, first part of the question says that if some member he is opening an account and that KYC goes on hold, then all other members are also troubled because that UCC held with other members also get frozen. So here, most important thing which we want to clarify is we have issued in the circular that any broker or any DP has to check the registration status of the PAN. So basically, the KYC registration status is something which is provided to the exchanges, based on which the exchanges they stop the trading. So here, let me tell you that when you say something has gone on hold, so if that registration status has gone on hold, so exchange will take action wherein they will stop the PAN from trading, irrespective of whether it is with XYZ, ABC, or any other PQR broker. So the point is that exchanges will be acting on the status of the registration of the KYC record, wherein all the members, wherever that individual is holding account, trading account, that trading will stop. So irrespective of, like in the question, it is mentioned that whether he is active trader or he is a passive trader, that doesn't matter. Any where his trading account is there, it will be blocked till the time it gets validated.
The next question is again from Mr. Narendra from BN Ratty. Delay in response, not permitted to trade, which accounts uploaded through UCI portal. Like today.
So the moment the not permitted to trade files are made available to the trading members at around after post the permitted to trade files get generated. So the timings for those timings for the not permitted to trade is around 11:30. So it gets generated only after the permitted to trade files are generated.
Okay. Next is from Kunal from Astha Credit. For onboarding, should we check modify status also, or do we need to keep checking only KYC status?
Basically, the primary status of the KYC should be checked for the purpose of trading. But if he's trying to open an account with a new intermediary, then in that case, the modification status also needs to be checked.
So just to add up what Sunanda ji has said, so first and foremost is primary status is the key based on which MIIs, that is exchanges and depositories, are to initiate the action. However, if Astha Credit is onboarding a investor for the first time and they are filing a modification, so they should check whether that modification has also got validated, because that is their responsibility, because they have filed a modification with some updated data. That data has to get verified and validated by the KRA. So it becomes a responsibility of Astha to check whether that modification is through. But then if there is an existing client with Astha and somebody else has filed a modification, Astha should not bother about it, because the primary status of registration is validated and they can continue the trading or providing services to the investor.
The next question again from Mr. Kunal. Can we get the status of KRA as soon as it changes? Is there any way to get notified about the update in KRA status change? Right now, we need to check it manually.
So currently in the KRA application, like every KRA has the option of maybe unsolicited download. So that unsolicited downloads means what? Like whenever there is a change in KYC status, the system will give an unsolicited response to that particular intermediary or particular broker, like in their login, so that maybe there are 100 clients which got updated on that particular day. So you will get a data of 100 clients with the updated information. So you need to consume that information, or maybe you need to process that information in your back office to get that updated information, and you can act on that information so that you will get the updated status as well as updated information from the KRA system. So right now this provision is available from all the KRAs.
Okay. Mr. Narendra from BN Rathi says, sometimes NSE and BSE give permission to trade, but MCX not. Vice versa, BSE allowing NSE not. KRA status need to send an email to the exchanges for activation request. So I'll just like to update on this point is that if a KRA gives a PAN to one MII, stating that it is not compliant, the same data is shared with all the MIs. So there cannot be a discrepancy amongst the MIs per se, because all the MIs follow that same file that we go ahead to. In case sometimes we do see instances wherein you may see that KRA has been validated, but still it is not permitted to trade. It may happen that the KRA share the data once in a day. So the validation may have happened subsequently. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Correct.
So it may have happened subsequently. So that may be one of the reasons why you can see this discrepancy. But all the MIS follow the standard process wherein we follow what data KRA sends us as non-compliant. Anything for KRA's team to add?
No, actually, just to add up what Shanti said, that KRAs provide a uniformly to all MIs. So probably if such thing has happened, it will be one of a case, and then you can always take up with the respective exchange, like somewhere it is not done or something like that, or they may not have that UCC also. So there can be different things, but this is the status is uniformly provided to all the MIs, and they take action uniformly on that.
Mr. Venugopal from Mr. Venugopal from Chennai, he states that communication is missing between regulators with regard to PAN Aadhaar link status and KYC validated status. Hence, the client is suffering.
So the PAN Aadhaar linkage status is determined from the income tax website. So sometimes what happens is if the PAN Aadhaar is just linked, then there might be some lag, as Chetan has already pointed out. So we are taking the information from service providers through an API, and there might be some lag in the response which is provided which is obtained from the API, and hence there might be delay in updation of the KYC status in such cases. But these are few and far between, and they can be taken up on a case-to-case basis. If the KRA is informed, then they can check up with Protein or UTI and ascertain the correct status.
So the next question he asks is, if any special characters are appearing, we are unable to do physical modification directly. So as per the UCC file structure, there are special characters are not permitted to be entered. Hence, in case it has been entered or at an earlier date or something, and you are modifying that record, you need to ensure that those characters are removed while making those modifications. The next question is from Alice Blue. There are a couple of questions. I'll just break them into parts. Mr. Rathi states, we are not getting PAN status on time. Also, sometimes it takes 2 or more days, which is making us to wait the client for trading. Is there a chance wherein the client status is validated and is permitted to trade status is currently, and can he or she fall under not permitted to trade in future? If yes, then what are the scenarios? To answer to the first question, we are not getting the PAN status on time. Sometime it takes more than 2 or more days, which is making us wait for the client to trading. So add over there. So PAN verification status is totally dependent on the protein. So we send whenever you send us the PANs for verification. So all the brokers keep sending simultaneously. So that is sent to the protein and that gets validated. So in case it is sent after a time or the PAN verification process has been completed after the cutoff times, then there will obviously he'll not be able to trade on the next day. Then it takes place on the T+2 day basis. Otherwise, the PAN verification gets completed on the T day itself, and the client can trade on the T+1 day.
Yeah, so the one question which status we should see is from Alice Blue. So as in earlier question, it was answered that you have to look at the KYC primary status, that is registration status. And if that registration status permits the client to trade, so definitely you can go ahead and onboard the client and start providing him services. So basically, whenever, as we said that we all KRAs provide the uniform status of all the KYC records held with us to uniformly to all the MIS, so they take the action uniformly on the same. So here, I mean, whenever there is a permission to trade granted or whenever that permission is taken away, so this action is uniform across MIS because it depends on the primary registration status what the KRAs provide to them.
So correct me if I'm wrong, what I've understood is clients members have to refer to the primary status.
Exactly. And that we have issued the circular also.
Yes,
yes.
Right? So I guess that solves the queries.
Yes.
From Globe Capital, Mr. Rajiv Mehta asks a question. Notwithstanding KRA has to validate the client data, the UCC portal of the exchange did not permit the same. And being a TM, we need to put an email to the exchange to get it done from them. So what happens is, as I had stated earlier, so the validation at the KRA end would have happened subsequent to their sharing the data on the TD. So if the validation happens subsequently, and then automatically the next day's file would include the validated status in the delta list that they provide us. But sometimes it does help us. So when you put us a mail, what we do is we take those lists, those PANs, and we also send it to the KRAs to ensure that there are no misses.
Correct.
So this is an additional backup that we do to ensure that trading happens smoothly if the KRA is validated. The next question is again from Mr. Rajiv Mehta. In a single batch where we have put the UCC data of suppose 100 clients, exchange system processes the partial data there from on the same day and process the rest of the data on the subsequent day.
So, as a member can upload the UCC files per day, the limit is up to 99 files per day. And in a single batch, member can upload 9,999 UCC records. So once the UCC is uploaded, the same is going for PAN and PAN verification status to NSDL e-governance site. So this process moves in, it is like a queue-wise process, and hence you may be facing sometimes delay, but as of now, we are not facing any delay.
So to add to this, now what happens is when you upload in batch, so it can happen, some of the records have been cleared and the cutoff time has come out and the balance records get cleared after the cutoff time. Maybe that's the reason that you could see that a 1 day gap is there. So the next question, Mr. Rajiv Mehta from Globe. Due to absence of proper coordination amongst all KRAs, we being a TM have to suffer with respect to services offered by them. In that regard, we request you to streamline the said coordination amongst all KRAs.
So here basically, systemically, when I want to answer the question, all the 5 KRAs are interconnected. They are interoperable. Now here the coordination when we talk of, so when we talk of the TAT, what every KRA has been directed by SEBI is the same. So every KRA is registered with SEBI and they have to perform their obligation, their verification, the validation within that given TAT. Now, what if I understood correctly, what Rajuji wants to mention is that the coordination means at times at one KRA the TAT may be very less or what is expected or what is provided by SEBI. At some KRA the TAT may go haywire or that TAT may cross the T+2 days. Now here the it is because that this is not of the coordination. It is basically there may be some issues with that KRA for processing the record in that given TAT. But when we speak coordination technically and systemically, every KRA is interoperable. You can check status of a PAN held with one KRA with through a system of second KRA. So interoperability is since day one, and there is a proper coordination among systems of all KRAs. Now, only thing with respect to if you are hinting towards something wherein to coordinate with some KRA for a one-off case for which is not getting processed, so that anyway you are doing it, so that is something to be done. But then systemically integration is already in place since years, since inception, I would say since 2012.
The next question is from JV Equities Private Limited. Mr. Pratik states, if any client uploaded after 5 p.m. on UCI portal, how much time will take by the exchange for permitted to trade? So, you'd like to answer?
Yeah. So as I mentioned in the earlier question on the earlier answer also, once the UCC is uploaded on the exchange portal, it goes for PAN verification to e-governance site. So this process happens queue-wise. So the UCC can be ultimately permitted to trade on the same day, but client will be able to place the orders on the T+1 day basis once the
PAN
becoming valid.
Next question is for KRAs. What about the KRA whose modified status is rejected and primary status is validated? I think this has been answered that we should be going.
Yeah, but then just to add up, see, KYC registered status is a valid status for a non-Aadhaar record. Okay, but then see, I will tell you, like if JV Equities, now JV Equities is onboarding a client from 1 Jan 2024 whose status is KYC registered. So they have to compulsorily file a modification, because this data what they receive in a KYC registered status, they have to file a modification, wait for the modification to get registered or to get validated, and then onboard the client for providing the capital market services. Now, KYC registered status is also valid for your existing clients who are already with you, availing services from you. So from 1 Jan 2024, there will be no issue to such clients whose status is KYC registered. So there is no need for panic. KYC registered status is a valid status for continuity of the trading of the client. However, from 1 Jan, if you are onboarding a client whose status is already KYC registered, it's a new client for you, then you have to file a modification. So please try to understand that KYC registered is not an invalid status. So you will have two status. One is KYC validated and another is KYC registered. And all these both status are valid for your existing clients till 31st December 2023. Now, as per the SEBI dictate, from January 2024 onwards, like the exchanges, we will be providing to the stock exchanges and depositories the list of such PANs where the email and mobile validation couldn't get completed and they will be marked on hold. And subsequently, as exchanges are doing currently, exchanges will be marking or stopping the trading of such clients. So you have to ensure that whatever clients you have, so their email and mobile gets validated, and you have to ensure that their correct email and mobile are updated with the KRAs. So you need to focus on that. And KYC registered status after 1 Jan or after probably you can say 3rd Jan would be something which is a valid status. So that status won't get marked as KYC validated because they are the records which are having KYC document, which is OVD, which is non-Aadhaar. Only Aadhaar based records will be marked as KYC validated. Yeah, Shanti, I'm done.
Yeah. So the next question that we have is, can we upload UCC file before uploading to KRA? If no, then can we upload and restrict the client till validated by KRA? So that is whether we want to restrict the client till validated by KRA or no is a call that you need to take. But as per SEBI, once you upload a UCC till the KRA gets validated or invalid, or on hold, you can continue trading on the exchange. What about the client, about the individual client whose KRA status is registered instead of validated? So that I think we've already covered. Now, Mr. Ranjan Kumar from Swastik Investments says, many clients KRA valid, but client not able to trade on the next day. So this has been answered already because KRA, as we stated, KRA may have been validated, but it may come to us on the next working day. So it will get, the client will be able to trade subsequently. Mr. Sanjay from Indothai states, can we allow trading after 1 day from the date of UCC details upload to exchange, but before confirmation from KRA? I think this we have covered. SEBI circular permits, currently the SEBI circular permits the clients to trade till the time the status of KRA is known.
Correct.
Mr. Murlidhar from RLP Securities states that mapping of an active client has got delinked, where the client is active in NSE and trades went through, resulting in margin and pay in shortfall in auction. Both depositories and exchanges should work towards together in this regard and help the members to avoid such auctions. So the map, so this doesn't pertain to the current topic, but I would like to cover it, stating that when a UCC is registered in the UCC database and it becomes validated and permitted to trade, the same information flows to the respective depositories for mapping. So unless and until you touch that record or you make any changes which results in the mapping being removed, then or delinked, only in that scenario you may and the depositories do not get it linked back. In that scenario, such an action could come up. So in that also, even where the trading members do tell us within the timelines that they have a pain and they can see mapping has not been has been got delinked. If you send us a mail within the timelines, we will send it separately to depositories for getting the records mapped. So that is a facility we do provide, but then it cannot happen like it has to be informed immediately within the timelines. So we'll go to the next question. Karuna Financial Services, Kaushik Banerjee states that what is the actual percentage of shareholding pattern for documents mandatory and what's actual documents for non-individual holders?
Yeah, with respect to KRA, you have to upload that shareholding pattern, whatever is there for the KYC holder or the PAN holder. So here there is no, I mean, for actual percentage and all, whatever is the shareholding pattern for a non-individual KYC holder, you need to upload that shareholding pattern as one of the document to the KRA. That's it.
Yeah, and the list, to add to that, the list of documents is always published on the KRA website.
Correct.
So you can check out for what documents are required to be uploaded.
So for non-individuals or legal entities, the document list is already available.
Even that is included as a part of a SEBI master circular that is issued for the KRA.
Correct.
So in that master circular also, the document list is included as per the category of the investor. So you can refer to that respective master circular for the required set of documents.
Thank you. We have another question from Mr. Kartikeya Shukla from Arihant Capital. Can we do KRA if client KRA on hold on portal?
See, on hold status is something wherein the KYC record is on hold. So can we do KRA means what Mr. Kartikeya Shukla means to say is, can we upload some modification? The answer is yes. Because whenever a record is on hold onto a KRA, you as a fresh KYC done, you can always upload a modification to that. So there can be two cases for Arihant. One is Arihant has uploaded a modification, it has gone on hold. So Arihant can always upload the pending documents to clear the discrepancy without upload of a new modification request. That is one. Second is Arihant wants to upload a modification for already a KYC record which is on hold. Definitely Arihant can upload a modification request to get that KYC record validated. So both things are possible systemically in the KRA systems.
Thank you. Another question is from Indothai. We have Mr. Manish Karwa who asks, can we start trading when KYC is under process?
Yeah, I think this question
This
has already
question.
been
This has
answered.
been already
Yeah.
handled earlier.
SEBI has permitted it,
SEBI.
so definitely it can be started and trading can be started, and exchanges don't stop you from doing the trading. I mean,
Unless and until KRAs come up and say
KRAs
that
come up,
they,
yes.
they are non-compliant.
yes.
Okay. So the next question from Grip Broking Private Limited, Josna. She says, requirement for PAN card copy for new users. She has this query.
So this question is very miss. I mean, neither MIS nor KRAs have to answer it because SEBI has already answered it in SEBI Master Circular on KYC that copy of PAN card is not required. Copy of PAN card is not mandatory. You need to collect only the PAN. So basically, this requirement of a scanned copy or a physical copy of PAN card has been done away by SEBI. So please refer to SEBI Master Circular dated October 12th, 2023, which clearly states it. So now KRAs don't require the PAN copy. Only the PAN number, which is the identifier for a KYC record, you are anyway uploading, that is sufficient. Want to add up, Sunanda ji?
No, I think you have covered it.
Mr. Nandu from OHN Stocks says, if the client has changed the name with KRA, still client has to give request to DPs with Gazette for change in name.
Yeah, this is if the PAN is not reflecting the changed name, then in that case, this Gazette notification has to be given. Because there has to be some kind of proof which says that the name has undergone a change. But if the change is already incorporated in the PAN, then such Gazette notification is not required, or marriage certificate or any other document is not required if the change is already effected in the PAN.
We have another question from Navya Markets. This is from L. Sharon Babi. They state that KRA validation SEBI circular, client allowed to transact in securities market once KYC process is completed. That includes verification of name, PAN, email address, mobile number. If the question continues, this is this. If an existing client is modifying a record, such as email/mobile, should we update records in KRA?
So to answer this question, the answer is yes, because unless you update the KRA record, the client's record or the client's latest email ID and mobile number won't get updated in the KRA databases. And of course, such update not only helps Navia, but it helps all the, as Chetan had mentioned, that there is unsolicited download provided by KRAs to all the members who have downloaded the record. So they will get this updated email mobile. So you are doing something that you are updating the client details, which will be percolated in the whole system. So that is something wherein there is, if there is any update, you have to file a modification with the KRA.
Okay. The next question, his question continues. In the interim period of KRA validating records for modification, SOP is not defined to freeze account from transacting till validation is completed.
So see, yeah, basically now I think Shanti, you should answer this for freezing. I mean.
Yes. So this again goes back to the point that where KRAs we have to consider the primary status.
That's right.
So if the primary status is validated, then modification we do not depend on the modification status, and subsequently the KRAs will not send us that PAN as non-compliant, and we will not block the records. The next question is, if a TM updates in the modification in KRA, the modified information are not auto-populated to other TMs for update in their records.
Chetan, you should answer it.
Yeah, so in this case, like as I mentioned earlier, every KRA provides unsolicited download through their login. So in case like if the intermediary updates the information in the KRA system, then that particular KRA sends that unsolicited download to all the mapped intermediaries for that particular investor. The investor is having a relationship with maybe multiple intermediaries, like maybe the brokers, depository, participant, and the mutual fund. In all their intermediary login, he will get that system will send us that unsolicited download updated information, which that particular member or intermediary can download that information from the KRA's login and update in their back of the system, so that updated information available in their system and they can communicate with the client.
Okay. The next point from Aditya Birla Money, Mr. Murali Krishnan states that PAN validation is delayed occasionally. PAN status to be added into daily dump report. common client master required for all segments, and KRA real-time status to be added in client master screen and daily dump report. So this is more of a suggestion.
Yeah.
We'll take it up.
So
We'll
definitely.
have a workaround on that.
Yeah, one question actually, Shanti,
Yeah.
Ravina had asked. We had reported one UCC which is PAN exempted. Still, it is not permitted. There is no clarity from exchange what is missing to get permitted. So I just want to add here that all the MIIs, exchanges, depositories, KRAs are advised by SEBI that we must rely only on the status by income tax. So basically, when you say somebody is exempted, that neither you nor us saying that that person is exempted will help. It has to come as a output or in the report from the income tax department. Now, as Shanti has already told and Chetan has also said that there are two service providers which are appointed by income tax department, Protean as well as UTI. So whatever status they provide to us, now you will say that that person is 80 years of age, or that person is a NRI, or that person is from Assam or from J&K. So all these things have to come from the income tax department. So if income tax says that this person is exempted, then only we have clear-cut directions to follow the income tax output. So even if you say he is exempted, we need to check with income tax and then only we can rely on the income tax thing. If income tax says that no, he is not exempted, means we have to follow the status, so that neither that KYC status is going to be validated nor the UCC is going to be permitted for trade. I think Shanti, you can add if you want to add on this.
So moreover, when we have PAN exempt cases, we have given a provision that you can add PAN underscore exempt in such cases.
Okay.
So for these PANs, what you can do is we have, as per the circulars that we have issued, you can refer to a master circular of 30th June this year, wherein we have provided what documents you need to provide, what are the steps that you need to get to enable the client to trade. So I would request you, if there is any other question apart from that, because from the question we could gauge only so much. So if you have any other query, you could contact us offline. That's all from us today. Just to sum it up, so the status of the KRA status, whether they are compliant or not compliant, comes to the exchanges from the KRAs. And of the list also, if any KRA which they have reported earlier as not compliant becomes compliant on the next day, they send us that list of PANs also. So depending on that, we do allow or restrict clients from trading. And similarly at the KRA and also relevant steps are being taken and have been taken to ensure there is a smooth flow of information at all times. So thank you everyone.
Thank you,
Thank you.
NSC,
Thank
for
you.
conducting
Thank
this
you.
and
Thank
inviting
you.
us. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you so much.